Greetings once again, my friends, and I'd like to welcome you to another video. My fellow science fiction fans, Star Trek, Space 1999, we got a little bit something different today. No, it's not even Doctor Who or Battlestar Galactica. What I want to show you is maybe it's another little thing from your childhood, and he's probably one of the most recognizable characters in television history. We're going to go to Lost in Space, and what I want to show you guys today is the Lost in Space robot, the B-9. Yep, that one. Danger, Will Robinson. When I had seen this, I thought this was so cool. Let me put him up on the table. I was thinking of getting the model kit, and I'm thinking, wow, you can get the model kit, and I'm thinking how I'm going to light it and different things, and then I saw this, and this is from Diamond Select, and it lights up and it does the sounds and all the things that I had wanted to do with the model kit, he does, and it's pre-made. So I was thinking, well, this is really cool. So my friends, I introduce you to the B-9. How cool is this? I don't know if we can, if there's a try me button. Yeah, it's on the side. Let me try to get to the button. There it is. Danger. Now, as you can imagine, it's been out a while, and we have to change the batteries most likely. But how cool is he, huh? We got the lighting panel on his chest, and then we have the light ring on his head with that red flashing panel that flashes when he talks. This is the 11-inch Lost in Space, the electronic B-9 robot with lights and sounds. Looking at the top of the box, you can see the top of the ring, the glass ring, and we got the try me button on the side with lights and sounds, and you can see a picture of the B-9 from Lost in Space. And it's probably the same on the other side, but it's got the sayings that he says. I can't really make that out. Danger, Will Robinson. Of course he's got to say that. And then it shows all the functions, all the things that he says. And on the back of the box, you can see, big picture, he's got, let's see, he requires 3 AA batteries. And we're more than likely going to have to replace those. And you got a nice picture of the robot. The Class M3 model B-9, General Utility Non-Theorizing Environmental Control Robot, is the most important piece of equipment on the Jupiter 2 mission. Its computerized brain quickly processes complex calculations and makes logical deductions. And its memory banks contain a vast repository of knowledge, as well as numerous technical skills available function in harsh climates or even the vacuum of space. B-9 sensors allow it to gather a wealth of data on the surrounding environment, and its tests on the air and soil are a vital part of the expedition's research. B-9 is also incredibly powerful, with limbs that can lift heavy objects and defensive weapons that include a laser beam and an electrical discharge. And we can go to the features. The eyes light up, the sensors blink, the chest blinks when the B-9 talks. The head bubble manually raises up and lowers, cool. Arms extend and collapse, claws open and close, and the wheels allow the B-9 to roll. And this is Diamond Select. Let's see if I can find a date on here. I don't see a date. Let's see, let's check out the bottom of the box. Yeah, it's not bright enough. Maybe I'll put the date up on the screen that this was released. But that being said, why don't we take him over to the desk where there's more light and there's more room, and I'll show you guys the B-9 from Lost in Space. Here we are. A little bit more light and some more room. And this is actually, let me show you guys the bottom if you can see it. This is actually a 2021 release. So why don't we go ahead, and you can see there's a little disc of tape that's keeping it closed. So why don't we get them out of the box? Let's see. A couple of more on the sides. Look at that. And in typical Diamond Select fashion, we have these little ties that are on the back. So let's get these off. Pull this forward. And the top one. There are little plastic protecting pieces that are over his arms. All right, let's just take one of them. Yeah, that was an ordeal. Alright, let's put this aside. Now, he does come with paperwork. So let's take a look. We got two pieces of paper. Let's see, this one is about the battery. Non-rechargeable batteries are not to be recharged. Rechargeable batteries are only to be charged under adult supervision, blah, 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 with markings or instructions included in one of the packaging. So this is just basic information, safety about the battery, things like that. If you want to pause it, you can check that out. And then we get to the actual instructions for the B-9 himself. Suggested age 14 and up. This item is an adult collectible, not recommended for children. At least that's one of the first companies that put that there. Because let's face it, guys, how many kids are going to get this? Well, the kids are going to get it, but the kids, chances are the kids are going to be in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. And you can see the Lost in Space logo. Battery installation and replacement requires 3 AA batteries. You can see the Try Me of the Play, and we're going to check that out in a minute. You can see the operating instructions. Slide the 3-way switch to play position in diagram 1. Press the button on the side of the robot to activate the lights and sounds, as in diagram number 2. And on the bottom you can see Diamond Select Toys, 2021, The Fantasy World of Irwin Allen. And that is the instruction sheet. So why don't we go ahead and check him out? Like I was saying, there is some there's plastic on his arms, and it's got like a rubber band. So let's get the rubber band off, and then the sleeve kind of comes off. I'll put that to the side. There. I think that's everything on him. Keep him safe. Let's check out the arms. Look at that. And the claws open. Love it. Danger, danger. So, let's see. Right now, it's in try mode, so if we push it down to play, look what he does. How cool is that? Look at the top. Yeah, this is so much better than what I could have done with the model kit. Love it. Yeah, I think his batteries are just about shot. So let's see, we'll put him off, and you can see there's a Phillip screw. So let's open him up. We'll take out the batteries, and there are rollers on the bottom where he can roll. I'll show you that in a second.
The function of an environmental control robot is to supply all data pertinent to this particular field.
Okay guys, so the batteries were low. So it's not a fail. I was afraid I was going to have another fail video. So you can see some of the things that he's going to say. Let's push the button.
Cannot compute. Programming data insufficient.
So I guess the lights like that stay on all the time when he's active.
I will accompany you. You may need protection. Due to worn conditions of memory bank, compliance impossible. My power supply is getting very weak. Emergency! Emergency! I am a cybernetic servo mechanism and computer. Affirmative. Astronomical scanning data indicates that you are now observing Omega Nebula. It would be against the prime directive of Robotech to expose human beings to danger of any kind.
Well, thank you.
Warning! Warning! Launch time, T-minus 1 minute, and counting. I do not sleep. It is not one of my functions. Danger, danger, Will Robinson.
Of course, that's the one that we're most familiar with.
I must warn the others, there is a dangerous alien among us. The function of an environmental control robot is to supply all data pertinent to this particular field.
So he says quite a few different things. You can see when it's on the play mode, just like the robot, he's always active. And I love the top. Look at that. That is just so cool. And again, making the kit, I mean, this is so much better than that. And it's worth not going through the hassle of making the kit. This is just so cool. And Diamond Select is just amazing. Those of you guys that know my channel, I love Diamond Select, the Star Trek Starships collection. And we can add the B-9 robot. And you can see his hands open up and they close. Let's see if we can get him to hold something. Here, hold the tweezers, B-9. And let's see, maybe we can get him to hold the knife, the hobby knife, in his other hand. So let's give you a little tour of him. You can see the top, and again, when he speaks, this lights up, so let's give you a close-up view of that.
Cannot compute. Programming data insufficient. I will accompany you. You may need protection. Due to worn conditions of memory bank, compliance impossible. My power supply is getting very weak. Emergency! Emergency! I am a cybernetic servo mechanism and computer. Affirmative.
I mean, how cool is this thing? Can you imagine, or at least with me anyway, if I could go back to my childhood watching Lost in Space and then actually getting this would be second only to actually having the real B-9 robot. The technology that they can do now is just amazing. And again, it says you can lower and, yep, you can raise up his glass, the ring. And he's got the little handles on the sides. How great would it be to have a fully functioning, actual size B-9 robot? That would just be so cool. You guys may or may not know, but they did a remake of Lost in Space, and the man, I can't think of his name offhand, but I'll put it on the screen. The voice of the B-9 robot actually was in the movies, and those are some really menacing looking robots. And his voice had like a flange to it. It was really, really cool. You can see the back, his legs, and down to the base, like I was telling you guys, he's got the tank tracks. But this is just the plastic, molded plastic that's painted, and it's got the wheels on the bottom so he can actually roll. Because you know the B-9 doesn't walk, he just rolls along. And let's see, there's writing on the bottom. I can't really make out what that is. Diamond Comic Distributors. And Space Productions, manufactured by Diamond Select Toys, made in China. I don't know what, unfortunately, what is it? But this thing is so cool. I love it. Let's give you guys another tour of what he says.
Astronomical scanning data indicates that you are now observing Omega Nebula. It would be against the prime directive of Robotex to expose human beings to danger of any kind. Warning! Warning! Launch time, T-minus 1 minute, and counting. I do not sleep. It is not one of my functions. Danger! Danger, Will Robinson! I must warn the others, there is a dangerous alien among us. The function of an environmental control robot is to supply all data pertinent to this particular field.
Love it.
Cannot compute. Programming data insufficient. I will accompany you. You may need protection. Due to worn conditions of memory bank, compliance impossible. My power supply is getting very weak. Emergency! Emergency! I am a cybernetic servo mechanism and computer. Affirmative. Astronomical scanning data indicates that you are now observing Omega Nebula. It would be against the prime directive of Robotex to expose human beings to danger of any kind.
But my friends, how cool is this? The B-9, and his arms are posable. They don't move on their own, but same thing. His hands or his hooks are posable. And I love the lights. It's so realistic. And the ring, that's just so cool.
Warning! Warning! Launch time, T-minus 1 minute, and counting. I do not sleep. It is not one of my functions.
So that is the B-9 from Lost in Space. The one that got insulted so many times from Dr. Smith. And a friend to Will Robinson. And who wouldn't want to have the B-9? I love this thing. He's about as recognizable, even more so than Robbie the Robot. I don't know if Diamond Select has a Robbie the Robot, but that robot's very recognizable as well, but probably not as much so as the B-9. I mean, he's almost as recognizable as the Enterprise when it comes to iconic symbols. So let me go through his little itinerary one more time for you guys.
Danger, danger, Will Robinson. I must warn the others, there is a dangerous alien among us. The function of an environmental control robot is to supply all data pertinent to this particular field. Cannot compute. Programming data insufficient. I will accompany you. You may need protection.
And of course, he had those like electrical charges that came from his hands or his hooks.
Due to worn conditions of memory bank, compliance impossible. My power supply is getting very weak. Emergency! Emergency! I am a cybernetic servo mechanism and computer. Affirmative. Astronomical scanning data indicates that you are now observing Omega Nebula. It would be against the prime directive of Robotech to expose human beings to danger of any kind. Warning! Warning!
So how cool is he? Love it. And when you put him into play mode, he stays lit up like that. He's going to stay active with the lights. And when you slide it over to the middle, you put him off. And then when you slide over all the way to the top, that's the try me mode.
Danger! Danger, Will Robinson!
And you can see what he does when the batteries are fully charged for the try me.
Danger! Danger, Will Robinson!
So you can only imagine if this was, how many times this was played with since he come off the assembly line.
Danger! Danger, Will Robinson!
So everything stays lit, and like I said, when you go to the play mode, the lights stay on.
The function of an environmental control robot is to supply all data pertinent to this particular field.
And again, this is so cool. Technology where they can actually make him like that with the flashing lights. And look at the patterns of the lights. That's just really cool. You've got a little knob. I'm not quite sure what the knob is for. It doesn't turn or anything. He's got another little button on that side. Because when it comes to the B-9, we never really see a lot of things in the series. He's pretty basic. He's got the body on top, the round body. And he's got the ring on top, and he's got the glass ring between the top and the body. And he's got the tank tracks on the bottom on his base. And his legs are those kind of like the tubes. And we've seen him fire the like the electric discharge. I don't know if he's fired lasers. I don't know. I'll see if I can find a picture of him shooting lasers from here, or if it's just, like I said, the electrical discharge. But this, my friends, is the B-9. You have anything to say to the viewers?
Cannot compute. Programming data insufficient.
Okay.
I will accompany you. You may need protection.
Thank you.
Due to worn conditions of memory bank, compliance impossible. My power supply is getting very weak. Emergency! Emergency! I am a cybernetic servo mechanism and computer. Affirmative. Astronomical scanning data indicates that you are now observing Omega Nebula. It would be against the prime directive of Robotech to expose human beings to danger of any kind.
Love it. Love them. And that, my friends, is the B-9, the electronic robot from Lost in Space. And again, this just exceeded my expectations. It's really cool. And the things they can do with technology now. And like I said, I was going to get the model kit, but then I would light it myself, and it's so much better just to do it this way. Because it's already built, it's detailed, and the lights are in, the sound is in, and it's just amazing. So my friends, if you were wondering what the B-9 robot looked like, or what it did, I hope this satisfied your curiosity.
Warning! Warning! Launch time, T-minus 1 minute, and counting.
And as usual, I thank you guys for watching, and until my next little electronic goodie, I'll talk to you soon.
I do not sleep. It is not one of my functions.